Hey y'all, how are y'all doing? I thought today I'd show y'all how I make my smoothie. I promised y'all, I don't know, I think almost a week ago that I would show you. So I'm gonna actually do that today. You can do whatever kind of fruit you want. Just, you don't want to do fruits that have a ton of, all fruits have sugar in it, but you kind of don't want to do too many bananas. Bananas are a very sugary fruit, and so if you want to use a banana, I would only use like half a banana. I was using, and this is the Walmart brand, the whole strawberries, and I always get the no sugar added. When you can find the fruit with no sugar added, get that, because again, sugar is what you really want to be mindful of. This still has 6 sugars in it, but fruit's gonna have sugar in it. You just don't want anything crazy like 19 or 20 grams of sugar. But a serving is a cup. This is what I was using. The past couple times I've actually enjoyed the blueberries. And these are Laura Lynn brand, which is Ingles. Not everybody has an Ingles, but I'm sure Walmart probably has some also. And a cup of it is 70 calories. So there is 20 more calories for the blueberries, which I'm not worried about 20 little calories. Or you can mix them. You could do half a cup of strawberries and half a cup of blueberries. You can throw some pineapple in there. I think pineapple tends to be one of your sugary fruits. You just want to be mindful of your calories, because if you go crazy and put a ton of fruit, you could get your smoothie up to 400 or 500 calories without really realizing it. So just kind of as you're making your smoothie, add up your calories. So that's what I use as far as fruit. And again, you can put half a banana in there. I think a whole banana is 140 calories, so half a banana would be 70. I like to use the unsweetened almond milk. This is the vanilla. Most of the time I get the original, but sometimes you can't find the original, so I just get the vanilla. This is 30 calories per cup, and I put a cup of that. So a cup of fruit, a cup of almond milk. And then I think I'm going to look at the nutrition value next time I go back, because this has 4 sugars in it. And I'm kind of wondering if the whole, like, I think it's red, and I want to say it's whole fat. I don't think it's called whole fat. Anyway, I want to see what the sugar content is on the red one. I might get that instead. But this is the 1% low fat cottage cheese, and it's 80 calories. And again, it has 4 sugars. Protein, it's got 11 grams, and that is for half a cup. So you only use half a cup, don't use a whole cup. And then I use basically a handful of spinach. And for 4 cups, the spinach is 20 calories. Spinach just actually have protein in it. It's 2 grams. Interesting fact about spinach, I think it's per, I don't know how to explain it. Weight-wise, I guess is how you would say it. Weight-wise, spinach actually has more protein than meat, but you would have to eat like this whole thing to get that. But it's just spinach is so light. So weight-wise, spinach has more protein than meat, because meat, of course, is heavier. So I thought that was interesting. I'm a big researcher. I Google everything, and when I read that, I thought that was interesting. I won't blend it, but I'll show y'all me putting it in the blender, but I'll spare your ears me blending it. Okay, I find, for me, I like to put my fruit in first. I don't know, I find it chops better if I put the fruit in first. And you can play, if you've got one of those Ninjas, it probably doesn't matter, but this is just a regular old blender. Speaking of the Ninja, check out Amazon. I don't think they still have the deal, but I noticed they had the Ninja blender for $54 the other day, and I started to get it, but I thought it's not something I really need because I have a blender. I don't quite have a whole cup left of blueberries, which is fine. I think I might put a couple of strawberries in there, but speaking of measuring cups, I love this brand. This is the OXO, and it's got on top where you can see, and I think these are really cool. I got these for Christmas. So I'm going to put a couple of strawberries in here. I have never done this with fresh fruit. I'm sure fresh fruit would be fine too. I've just always done it with frozen. Oh, and I didn't mention, to sweeten, I use the liquid stevia. I put about 6 to 7 squirts in there. And that's something else you have to play with, because that's really by taste. You can taste it first, and if you're a person who is very sugar sensitive, you might not need to put all the extra sweetener in it. Okay, so I'll put that in. And then I put the spinach in. And I just put a handful of spinach. Hoping I'm in frame where y'all can see this. Just put a handful of spinach. I don't really measure it. It's probably honestly just a cup. I mean, my hand is probably about a cup worth. Okay, and then cottage cheese. Sometimes I measure, sometimes I don't. Most of the time what I do is 2 heaping tablespoons, and I figure that's probably close to half a cup. I just use one of these big spoons, and I just kind of do a really big heaping, and I just do 2 of those, and I figure that's pretty close to half a cup. Okay, and I do measure my my milk. Now, the milk, like I said, is only 30 calories, so if you find you need to add a little bit more milk, you certainly can. I have made it with, one time I was making a big one for my daughter and I to share, so she could have some too, and I did put 2 cups in it. And this makes about 24 ounces. I don't put my sweetener in yet. I kind of blend it a little bit, and then as it gets more pureed, then I put the sweetener in. Okay, when it gets kind of blended to about this point, I go ahead and put my sweetener in before I completely finish it. And that's just me. I've noticed I like 7 squirts of sweetener. Like I said, you might need less. Alright, and then this is what it looks like. If you make strawberry, and you, because the strawberries, especially if they're whole, it might be more on the greener side. So if that bothers you, you can add a little bit more, I guess, strawberries. But it still tastes good. Trust me, it's not going to taste like spinach. It won't. It's just a good way to do kind of like a protein shake. And I probably could have put some more milk in here. See how it's kind of thick this time? I should have put a little bit more milk in there. And this is very filling. Sometimes it will take me a good 30 minutes to drink it because it is so filling. But I like to do this because it's a good alternative to if you want protein shakes. But you know how protein powder is really expensive. I know you're not going to get as much protein in it, but it's just a good alternative, and it's pretty healthy. And this, how I got this was I did the HCG diet back years ago, and this was something that was on it. Was kind of an alternative to, because you could have, I think it was if you wanted to do the vegetarian, instead of having like the chicken or whatever, you could do cottage cheese. And I found that after a while being on the diet, I got tired of chicken. So I did change it up to cottage cheese and eggs. That is what it looks like. Find me a straw. And my 14-year-old daughter, she loves this. And it's a good way to make it and not make it in front of them, and to get their greens in without them knowing, because they can't taste it. I personally have not ever done it with kale. I might get some kale one day and try it and see. I don't know if kale is going to have a stronger flavor than spinach, if it will taste different. I know a lot of people who juice, they put kale in there. So you could try it with kale. It's just the recipe, the HCG diet, the way I've always done it is with spinach. But anyway, I like it. It tastes really good. It tastes like, I don't want to say quite like Smoothie King, but pretty close. If you put, I think Smoothie King has one with blueberry and banana. I think it's Blueberry Heaven or something. But it's really good. I like it. Oh, calorie-wise. Okay, let's see. So, the fruit, I went ahead and said 70 calories because the blueberries are on the higher end. What is it? Strawberries were 50 calories per cup. They only used like three or four strawberries. So technically I used a cup of fruit because I had to combine it because I didn't have enough blueberries, but I counted that as 70 calories. Cottage cheese was 80 calories. Milk was 30 calories. Spinach was 10. I went ahead and said 10 calories because I think it's 20 calories for 4 cups. Yeah, and I didn't use 4 cups. So I halved that. But anyway, 190 calories. So a smoothie for 190 calories. If you want to add a little bit more milk, it would add, you know, if you did another cup, it would add 30 calories. So you'd still only be at 220 calories. So that's not bad, because a lot of times smoothies can be 200 to 300 calories for a smoothie. You don't realize that, oh, it's healthy, and it is healthy, but your fruit is what gives you the calories, but that's what makes it taste good. But anyway, that is how I make my smoothie. I urge y'all to give it a try, and I use it as a meal replacement because it is very, very filling. That's how I make my smoothie, and that's the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.